Oh God, I have to quit getting up so early. This is where the weird stuff comes out. Hey guys and gals, it's your buddy Drew from Living History's Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. You know, many of us remember this popular scene from a very popular paranormal movie franchise.
Law does not recognize the existence of ghosts. I don't believe in them either. So I don't want to hear a lot of malarkey about goblins, spooks, and demons. We're going to stick to the facts in this case. Leave the ghost stories to the kiddies, understood?
As seen in that clip, the very first thing the judge states is the law does not recognize the existence of ghosts, paranormal. But what's the truth behind that? What if I told you that on multiple occasions throughout history, the law has recognized the existence and the testimony from the other side? Today we're going to take a look at a very popular case right here in the United States where second-hand testimony did play a pivotal role in a court case. Check this out. This is good.
Today, we tread softly through the dim corridors of history to uncover a tale so unusual it blurs the boundaries between the here and now and the ever after. We delve into a case where justice wasn't just blind, but crossed into the realm beyond the grave. Consider, if you will, a murder mystery, not confined to the earthly bounds of courtroom walls, but one that extends into the ethereal. This is the story of the Greenbrier Ghost, a narrative where a mother's unwavering love for her daughter traverses beyond the silence of death. The question we pose today: can the departed indeed communicate the truth from the afterlife? Stay with us as we unfold a tale where the whispers of the dead guide the scales of justice. In the serene yet chilling winter of 1897, in the quiet reaches of Greenbrier County, West Virginia, the fabric of reality seemed to thin with the sudden and mysterious death of Zona Heaster Shue. Discovered lifeless in her home, the initial rush of the local doctor's examination, conducted under the gaze of a distraught husband, hastily attributed her demise to natural causes. Yet this premature conclusion was destined for scrutiny. Enter Erasmus Shue, the blacksmith husband with a shadowed past, whose subsequent actions cast long, suspicious shadows that whispered among the townfolk. Amidst the shroud of grief, Mary Jane Heaster, Zona's mother, found herself in a nocturnal communion with the beyond. For 4 consecutive nights, the spirit of Zona visited, not as an ephemeral wisp, but as a vivid, articulating presence eager to divulge the grim secrets of her untimely end. With each spectral visit, the veil was lifted further. Zona recounted the harrowing tale of her demise at the hands of Erasmus, detailing a violent altercation that culminated in her death from a broken neck. Urged by the spirit's pleas, Mary Jane's resolve crystallized, compelled to challenge the hastily drawn conclusions and impel the authorities to cast a deeper, darker gaze into the matter. These encounters, haunting in their clarity, galvanized Mary Jane to seek justice for her daughter, stirring the quiet community out of complacency and into the heart of a mystery intertwined with the supernatural. Driven by the spectral revelations of her daughter, Mary Jane Heaster was resolute in her quest for justice. With unwavering belief, fortified by each visitation's vivid details, she confronted the local authorities with a plea that could not be ignored, an earnest call for the veils of truth to be lifted once more. Initial skepticism met Mary Jane's claims, rooted as they were in the realm of the supernatural. Yet the tide of disbelief began to turn when Dr. George Knapp, The physician who first examined Zona admitted the limitations of his earlier assessment. Under the pressure of a grieving husband, the doctor had conducted only a cursory examination, one now shrouded in doubt and regret. This confession, coupled with Mary Jane's persistent pleas, compelled the authorities to reconsider. The soil of Greenbrier County would once again yield its secrets. The decision was made to exhume Zona's body. This act, sanctioned by the specter of potential justice missed, aimed to bring clarity to the whispered accusations from beyond the grave, setting the stage for revelations that would ripple through the annals of legal and paranormal history. When the earth was disturbed to revisit the remains of Zona Heaster Shue, what lay beneath was a tale not of rest, but of dark revelations. The meticulous exhumation and subsequent autopsy peeled back the veneer of natural death to expose a grim tableau of violence. It was discovered with undeniable clarity that Zona had not succumbed to fate's gentle call, but had been the victim of a brutal strangulation. Her neck broken, her windpipe crushed under the force of a murderer's grip. Detailed further examination revealed telltale bruising around her neck, the marks of fingers that spoke louder than any ghostly whisper could. These stark findings shattered the initial conclusions of natural causes, aligning instead with the spectral testimony that had haunted Mary Jane Heaster's nights. This pivotal moment in the autopsy not only recast Zona's death, but also spotlighted Erasmus Shue, her once mourning husband, now the prime suspect. With the shadows of doubt cast away by the light of forensic truth, the focus narrowed to Erasmus Shue. Authorities began peeling back the layers of his past, uncovering a pattern of troubling behaviors and mysterious circumstances surrounding his previous matrimonial entanglements. Each fact uncovered added depth to the portrait of a man who may have walked in the guise of a grieving widower, but perhaps hid the soul of a callous felon. Before Zona, Erasmus Shue had bound himself in matrimony twice, each union shrouded in its own shadow of distress. His first marriage dissolved in the acrid aftermath of allegations of cruelty, a disturbing precursor to what was to come. The second marriage ended abruptly with the mysterious death of his wife, purportedly from a tragic fall. However, the murmur of foul play whispered through the community, painting a sinister portrait of a man perhaps too familiar with the darker inclinations of human nature. In the days following Zona's death, Erasmus's demeanor at her funeral raised eyebrows and suspicions alike. His peculiar insistence on adorning her with a scarf, allegedly her favorite, and propping her neck with pillows struck many as a macabre act of affection. Actions later suspected of concealing the violent bruises on her neck. His emotional swings from profound grief to an eerie calm painted a picture of a man wrestling with more than just loss. As the veil of grief lifted, voices from within the community began to challenge the facade Erasmus had presented. Testimonies emerged, each contradicting his account of the events surrounding Zona's demise. Discrepancies in his alibis for the day she died became apparent, aligning too conveniently with the forensic truths unearthed by the autopsy. Together, these elements wove a damning narrative, positioning Erasmus not as the bereaved husband he portrayed, but as the architect of a grim and fatal deception. In the hushed courtroom where Erasmus Shue stood trial for the murder of his wife, Zona, the air was thick, not just with the anticipation of justice, but with the whispers of the supernatural. The trial became a singular event in legal history, hinged on the extraordinary testimony of Zona's ghost as relayed by her mother, Mary Jane Heaster. This narrative pushed the boundaries of traditional legal proceedings and ignited a firestorm of debate across the nation. Though never formally admitted as evidence, the spectral story pervaded the courtroom, influencing the jury's perceptions and the broader community discourse. This case stands as a rare instance in American jurisprudence where the ethereal assertions of a ghost swayed the scales of justice. Legal scholars and practitioners hotly debated the ramifications, pondering the integrity of verdicts swayed by hearsay mingled with the paranormal. Erasmus's trial spurred a broader dialogue about the intersection of evidence, belief, and justice. It challenged the admissibility of testimony and how deeply personal convictions and local folklore can influence judicial outcomes. Questions about the reliability of eyewitness accounts gained new dimensions when those accounts ventured into the realm of the paranormal. The tale of the Greenbrier ghost remains a haunting testament to the mysterious interplay between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. It challenges the norms of legal evidence and invites us to reflect on how deeply held beliefs can shape our interpretations of justice. Thank you for joining us on this enigmatic journey through the shadows of history.
Welcome back. You know, it's like I was saying in the beginning. Looking back through history, you find these strange and unusual occurrences. And even though from a professional legal standpoint, according to the law, a ghost cannot themselves testify. But what about in those cases where a spirit is coming to an individual and the facts that are being said are just too hard to ignore? The case of the Greenbrier ghost is a very rare one, where the court actually did listen to the mother of the victim, and the things that were being said to her really added up, to the point where her former husband, the man who actually took her life, was found guilty. I wish we had some judges that actually listened to our show, because I would like for them to comment. Even lawyers. I know we've got a few lawyers out there that listen to us. I would like for them to comment in the comments below the description about what they've seen or heard in the annals of law and legal history about this kind of thing. It's a strange world, and the more we delve into history, the stranger it gets. But that's all we've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this look at the story of the Greenbrier ghost and how she solved her own murder. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. Case dismissed.